Hello and welcome back to Conan Exiles. This will be episode 4 of our miniature Can We Remove Our Bracelet guide series, and in today's episode this is going to be probably a slightly longer one than the others for this particular piece, because as I've mentioned previously there are 3 stages, technically 4 stages involved in retrieving this particular piece. Because in order to get the Heart of the Sands, which is the one I'm talking about, we have to visit 3 different locations. First one we're at right now, and I'll show you that on the map in just a second. Then we've got to go up to a cave and go and fight another creature. Then we've got to go off over to Buccaneer Bay and kill somebody across there. So this can take a little bit more. The first of the 3 locations that we're at, which we're going to go into in a moment, you will actually probably encounter this fairly early on in your game. And when you kill this particular boss, you'll probably get this piece, read it and think, what the heck's that? I'm no good, I don't need that. And you might just drop it. But if from now on this is your first time playing especially as well, and you do get this piece that you'll see from this huge crocodile boss that we're going to get, don't get rid of it, do keep it, because you actually need it, because it's the first of your 3 pieces. This is probably, like I said, the easiest one to get. And if I show you on our map where we are just here, just on the edge of Noob River, which is, if we zoom out, H2, about H4, H5, just up here. River's literally just there, as you can see. I've got my little friend with me. This is Tessa the Blade, who is a named fighter, but she's an exile named fighter, so she's one of the wanderers that you will have encountered wandering around on the river in certain locations. She's just wearing heavy armour and got a basic little mace with her. She's not even got one of the heavier ones, just to show how easy this is. Of course, we're back in our medium armour again, as if this was the point of the game we're at. You could do this yourself, because there are only a few basic crocodiles to take care of, and then the big boss one, and even though it has a decent HP pool and it can hurt a little bit if you're not careful, it's not too difficult to take down because it's one of your early game bosses. Probably slightly easier than the croc boss that's over here at this little pond, but we'll see how we go. You can also get a little bit of brimstone in here as well, so bring your pick in with you and you can collect that on the way in as well. Don't forget your skinny knife, because you can also get lots of reptile hide, which can help you early game. So this is our first location. Then we've got to go up to the swamp area, to the upper staging area in the swamp, which is a little bit tougher because there's a lot more spiders and things to deal with around there, plus the enemies in the cave that we're going to have to go to. And as I say, our third location over at Buccaneer Bay, we've got to go to a ship that's in the middle of the water, and then work our way up a cliffside to somebody at the very top, which will take quite a bit of a fight to get up. So again, you'll need decent armour and decent weapons to fight your way through that, because there are animals and people to deal with, and there's a person at the very top that we have to kill to give us the piece that we're after. So we'll have a look at that one very shortly as well, but for the moment we are at our very first one here. So we're going to head in, hopefully claim his first piece, and then we'll move on to the second location, because ultimately if we can claim all 3 of these, we've then got to go to a location that's around about here somewhere, that's called the Sandswept Ruins, where we're going to go and talk to somebody to hopefully get these 3 pieces then made into the Heart of the Sands, and which is the final stage. So let's head on in. Okay, so here we go. Pop a torch on so you guys can see what's happening. As I say, a little bit of brimstone you can collect in here. There's a bit there. So it's this yellowy, different looking coloured rock compared to the rest of it. There isn't a lot, but there's a few bits as you work your way in here, and then even down in this first little cave you'll see there's a crocodile there. So if you've got a friend with you, you can send them in, get them to deal with all the crocodiles for you. Don't quite know why she's running away instead of fighting them when she's unaggressive, but for some reason she doesn't want to fight. And yes, again, she sounds a little bit like Dorian Snow Hunter and who's the other one? Leah Neal. the Leah Neely, the entertainer. She actually looks like Delancia if you've got a helmet off, but it's not Delancia. It is, as you can see, Tessa the Blade, who will do you quite nicely at the start of the game. A few nodes of brimstone again, as you can see there, so you make your way on through here. So it's not a very big cave this, there's only a couple of areas to it, as you'll see. So that was your first out, then you make it into this room, and that, as you can see back there, that big huge croc is the boss that we're after. But what you want to try and do, if it's possible, is try and pull some of the babies first, get them out of the way, and then deal with the boss one separately. Sometimes you will end up aggroing the boss as well, and you will also get a one skull sometimes as well in here with these little ones, which if you chop them up, they will give you demon blood, I believe it is. So yeah, a bow would probably come in handy at this point. This guy's aggro to us pretty quick, which is nice, but there are some, if you get a bit too close, you'll end up pulling Big Mama as well, as we have there, as you'll see. And we'll try and take out the little ones. We'll get Tessa to take on the big one. And as you can see, even as a low level fighter like she is, one hit with a basic mace and that thing went down super duper easy. So again, nothing in its inventory, you can't see anything in it. Go get that guy. So there's nothing, doesn't carry anything in its inventory, so you think, well, there's nothing, what am I supposed to be getting? If you chop them up, even if you've only got a basic iron pick, it doesn't matter, it will still work. And what you're looking for, don't need the bones, not bothered about the teeth, is this item here. So that is the first of our 3 Scourgestone pieces that we need. So that is in this cave, and as you can see there, nice and easy. And again, while you're in here, there's a few nodes of brimstone that you can get, and this is one location, or as far as I know, the only location on the Exiled Lands you can come to. Well, no, there is another one, a little cave a bit further up, with a couple of brimstone nodes in, called Sinner's Refuge, which is just here, but that has human enemies in it. These are the only couple of places you can come for brimstone where you don't require your sandstone breathing mask, because if you are further on in the game and you go up here to the Shattered Springs, I think it's called, you will need a gas mask to farm your brimstone from in there, because there is noxious gas in that water, so you'll need a sandstone breathing mask, which, even though it's called a sandstone breathing mask, it actually helps you with poisonous gas as well. So there we go, that is the first piece. That was nice and easy. Right, we're going to make our way out of here now, and then we're going to head off up to our next location up here in the swamp. So I'll meet you when we get there. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so here we are, we've made it to our next location, and you can just see that rather ominous looking face in the cliff behind us there. We've just had to deal with a few spiders and other creatures as well, but we're just up here in the top of the swamp at the upper staging area, I believe this is called, where you also have an obelisk as well. But where we need to head is this little horrible face looking thing just behind us. And make sure that Tessa's still following. Oh, I'm getting poison spat at us.
Curse you!
So what you want to do is you've got to make your way into the mouth of this little... Oh, bit more poisoning in. Got to watch our stamina. There we go. So you make your way in here. and you'll find as you make your way down, you'll then come to this bit here, and as you can see it looks rather dark and eerie, and where we need to be is down there, which is not very easy to see. So apologies if the light goes off a moment while we slide down. If we make our way down into here, trying to keep as much light on this as I can so that you guys can see what's going on. There's some spiders to deal with, which again, very handy for gossamer if you're after gossamer, or ichor if you're after ichor. And then we look around. Oh, some more spiders coming in. Stamina. As you can tell, Tessa's not even fully leveled up, and she's doing okay in here. She's managing. This is why if you don't have much stamina, it's always helpful to bring a follower with you. Just make sure they've got a good weapon and good heal, decent weapon and some heals. You can kind of explore in here a little bit if you want. Not really very much in here, as you can see. Tessa got knocked on the backside then by that spider. And if we have a look around, bits of crystal, as you can see. Stamina again. Always good if you take a stamina potion if you have one. Give you a bit more stamina to help you survive down here. Not terribly dangerous, like I say, but just a bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing. Where you can just have an explore around here. And then there should be more spiders for a start. Where is she? There she is. One of these big uglies that'll come wandering over. Tessa, are you going to start fighting? Yes, thank you. As you can see, she's only hit her a couple of times and she's almost done. There we go, she's down. Tessa had a bit of poison spat at her then, so she is struggling, but she's got plenty of food for healing, so she should be fine. Again, nothing in the inventory, so if we take out our pick, hack her up, get all the usual glands for poison, some of that, some of that. Oops, I just dropped the wrong piece I didn't want to be dropping then. Yes, we did. Need to keep that. That. So now we have the 2 pieces there that we need. So that's 2 of our 3 pieces. Everything else you could pick up and keep if you want to keep it, or you don't have to. You just dump it like that. But that is the next boss that you want to take on, which will essentially put you up here in the snow. So you want to go back out the same way you came in. You don't want to be going out that way up into the snow. Unless you've got your snow gear and you can keep warm, but if you're early game, I recommend going back out the way you came in, which will be actually back over here in the swamplands. So that is 2 of the 3. Right, we're going to make our way out of here, and I will meet you when we're at the 3rd and final location. Okay, see you soon. Alright then, so here we are at our 3rd and final location, probably what I would say is possibly the hardest of the 3. Some people may say it's not. If you come through here with a Dillington or a Berserker, it certainly wouldn't be, or a Brownie the Bear, it'd be pretty easy. I'd just say it's pretty tricky because we've got to get onto here and work our way up, and then there's a big cliff there behind us that we've got to work all the way up to the top of to take out somebody at the top for the last piece. But again, if you've got a decent follower with you, you should be fine. You could do this solo if you wish, but it's a bit tricky. Better to have a friend with you, be they 4-legged or a human. There are a few areas where it's little bridges or things that you're fighting across, and you want to be careful not to fall off those, because if you do, it might not end very well. But yeah, as you can see, we're just here in Buccaneer Bay at Jamila's Liberty, I believe this is called. So we're going to make our way on board, start heading up. Look at that guy. As you can see, not so bad here if you fell in the water, easy to climb back up again, but just if you end up. Yep, there we go, Jamila's Liberty. So what we want to do is keep making our way up here. Just as your cutlass was growing rusty, eh? Well, let us do something about that. Let's keep making our way up. You could obviously loot as you go if you wish. There is a couple of ways you can go, I believe. Look at that guy.
Gods take you!
Oh. Sorry, Tessa. You could come up to here, and then I don't think it's this way, but there's a chest there with some useful bits in it you could get. It does take a bit of... oh, hello. Bit of figuring out this, because you can end up going the wrong way. Hi, who said that? Oh, hello. Oh, nearly walked off the end then. Well, I don't know where that panther just went that came up, but it disappeared anyway, so never mind. We'll press on up. Oh, there he is. So to carry on, I believe it's around here. I think we're working our way up this way. It can be a bit confusing when you're trying to work your way through this place. Oh, hello. You want to keep going up. Yes, we can't get any higher here. So, as you can see, lots to see. Lots of goodies to pick up. Oh, panther. And we want to go up here. I said this video would be a bit longer, didn't I? Get that guy. Oh, hello. Awesome job, Tessa. Oh, there's a kitty.
Ahoy there!
Ahoy there! Can you go take him out, please?
Die!
Tell the others to go hang themselves.
Well, that's just charming. But yeah, you can clear your way out through this all the way up to the top. Gotta keep going. Oh, hello.
You picked the wrong fight!
The bright joy of slaying!
And these guys, of course, will drop some useful bits sometimes. But you want to keep going. See how high up we are now. Oh. All the way up. Going higher and higher and higher and getting dizzy and... Oh, hello. Can I get that guy, please?
Pokey pokey, mate. Watch your flanks.
Did I get that guy? There we go. And I think that's who we're after. I think that was who we were after. Yes, it is. So you'll see this guy right at the very top who will give you that piece. Which you can see there, the shattered scourge stone piece. So we now have 3 pieces. So that wasn't too difficult, was it? I mean, I know that we made that look easy, but honestly, all of my settings are at default, just as they are on any regular game, official servers rather. But just to show you, Tessa is literally in basic heavy armor, not even crafted, just with a hardened steel mace and some food. And yeah, she's taking a bit of damage, but she managed it. She's survived it. Now, if I didn't have a follower with me, I would literally come back down here a little bit. Don't know why we've still got battle music going on. To here, and I would dive off the side. Swan dive into the water and get back to the coast there. But as I've got a friend with me, we can't really do that. So, we're going to make our way back down. And then we're going to go to the location where we need to go and interact with a rather crazy NPC to give him these 3 pieces to then turn it into the Heart of the Sands for us. So, I shall meet you there when we get there. Alright? See you soon. Okay, so we've made our way back from that location, and you can see that kind of weird structure out behind us and that strange looking beast, which is a sand beast. These guys can be quite tough. Where we're essentially heading for is just a little building just behind that second structure you can see just there. There will be some of these creatures to deal with, but if I bring up my map, you can see we're just about here in the top of this one. Give you the map there so you can see the 6. Where are we? 6k. 5-6k just at the top of the square, just here. And we need to make our way in through here. Now you can bypass some of these creatures, you don't need to necessarily fight them all. You could bypass them. You can see a little shaleback running around there, but it's one of those sand beasts there. Now if you need certain bile glands for making certain things, you've got the sand beast bile glands, which is from these guys. As you can see, take a bit more of a battering. But if I chop him up, as you can see there, got your sand beast bile glands and usual other stuff that you get for other people, but we don't need any of that. So we're going to carry on in, and we're heading for that structure there that you can just see in the back there. So again, if you stick to the side, you are close to the curse wall or the ghost fence or the green wall, whatever you want to call it, when you're up here, so just be very, very careful. It is literally where those pillars are, just up on the rocks there. That is literally the wall just there. Now, if you sort of follow the lore of the game a little bit, or you're interested in that kind of thing, when the sandstorm starts, that is triggered by the Giant Kings, it starts over here in Sepamaru. Doesn't cover the whole map, but it covers most of the desert area and New River, and it works its way along, and then it stops here at this point where we are now, and doesn't get over to the jungle, because in the lore the sandstorm was originally created essentially as a phenomenon to go and take out the Lemurians, but then there's a lot more to it. The person that we're going to go and speak to had something to do with it, and he cast or created a spell or something that stops the sandstorm from getting past this point. Hence why it's called the Sand Sweat Ruins, and you can see a bit of the sand blowing around there. That's perfectly fine to walk in. Oh, we have ourselves a blood crystal rock nose. So if you're after one of those again, looks like that's another spot where they can spawn if you're still after those. Didn't realise that was one there, but yep, there we go, Sand Sweat Ruins. There can be another couple of those creatures at the top there, but if you're careful, you could probably sneak in. As you'll see a bit of sand and a bit of rain. So we're going to head in here. I'm going to pop a torch back on my bar so that you guys can see what's happening. As we see, it doesn't look like there's a lot here, but if you take a left and then you come around here, still a bit dark in with my torch, I do apologise, but if you make your way to the back here, just follow this path down into the centre here, you'll see you'll see these lights and things all down here. And if we keep going, you'll see like the big snake statues either side again as well, coming through the flames. Get that as well. You'll see this guy stood here.
A mad fool went wandering in a sandstorm. Eventually a man happened along and said, "You mad fool, what are you doing in this sandstorm?" Singing sands, stinging sands, singing, stinging, ringing sands, fighting sands, biting sands, fighting, biting, smiting sands, exiled lands, reptile lands, exiled reptile, defiled lands.
I told you he was mad.
7 prophets went a-walking, bearing all their tricks. One was caught by Hanuman, and soon 'twas only 6. 6 prophets went a-climbing to get above the hive. One was stung by locusts' wings, and then 'twere only 5. 5 prophets went a-crawling beneath the city floor. One went mad with power, and soon there were just 4. 4 prophets went a-dancing beneath the corpse fruit tree. One climbed up and stayed there, leaving just the 3. 3 prophets went a-fighting through the pirates' crew. One became a mutineer, and soon there were just 2. 2 prophets went a-wandering beneath the burning sun. One got lost in a sandstorm and left the other one. One prophet went a-gathering the artifacts of yore. He put them all together and was never seen no more.
I told you he was mad, didn't I?
This is the best place to hear it, you know. Walking around around the desert listening to the sand whisper just isn't good enough. Strains the ears, not to mention the mind. Perhaps that's why so many of you are mad fools. Not right in the head from trying to listen to the silent sands. Here you can hear the sand shouting at you. When I stumbled into it the first time, all unaware, it simply whispered, "Welcome home." The sandstorm is a living thing, summoned from the ether by foul sorceries. Bound here by the same dark rituals. It escaped the bonds of its masters eons ago, and knows nothing more than an ageless, nameless hunger. It seems to like me, though. You, not so much.
I'm tired of conversing through this madman exile. I desire release from this plane of existence. Such is not within your power to grant without the Scourge Stone. The Scourge Stone was shattered when I was unleashed upon the world. Each piece was lost to time. As I sweep across the exiled lands, I seek the pieces that would provide my liberation. And yet, though I touch all, I do not find what I seek. They are locked away in caves where the howling sands cannot reach. Search the passage used by the Lemurians to wage war upon the one who unleashed me. Search the tomb of Galamon. He once boasted to his friends as they quivered, caught in my wind, of the lucky stone that would be buried alongside him. Search the eastern coastline, for the pirates whisper to one another of a stone that grants the captain wishes. Combine these pieces, exile. Recreate the Scourge Stone. Complete the Alchemist's ritual. Only then can I return whence I came.
Singing sands.
Alright, so he's going to start talking again.
Singing, stinging, ringing.
So we click the option there, because we had all the pieces that we need.
Biting sands. Fighting,
And
biting,
then if we go
biting
back
sands.
to...
Exiled lands. Reptile lands. Exiled reptile.
We now have the piece
File.
that we need. Heart of the Sands. So that is how you complete it. Now, if you've come across this place early game, you're very brave to have got here, because obviously those sand beasts are not very nice to get past. But that will kind of give you a hint there with that other voice that we're speaking of, where you'll need to go. And of course, if you just watch this video, you already know where to go to now and who it is that you're looking for. But you know what the beast looks like from the cave, you know where Galamon's tomb is, and you also know who you need to kill and where you need to kill them to get the other piece. So then you bring them here, talk to this crazy fool, and turn it into the Heart of the Sands, which is your 5th of 6 pieces that we need. So that would mean we only need one final piece, which we're not going to do today, because this one took a little bit longer, because we need to get up into the volcano, we need to fight our way through the volcano, and then get to the Well of Skelos, which is the dungeon. We then need to complete that dungeon and kill the boss at the end in order to get the Shining Trapezohedron, which is the final piece. And then hopefully, having obtained that piece, will mean we've got all 6 pieces that we then have to take to a certain location to, as we understand it, create the keystone, which, if done correctly and used correctly, will allow us to remove our bracelet and walk off through the green wall. Right, well there you have it. That is the 5th of 6 pieces retrieved. We have 1 to go, and then hopefully we'll be able to create this keystone and remove our bracelet and get out of these lands. So as we can see so far, we've got the Diadem of the Giant Kings, the Tears of 2 Races, Mask of the Witch Queen, Star of the Champion, and today we've just got the Heart of the Sands, which leaves the Shining Trapezohedron. Yeah, Try say that one when you've had a few. But yeah, that's us up to 5 pieces now, 1 to go, and then hopefully the exiting journey. So I hope you found this one interesting again, hope you found it helpful, especially if you're going to be new to the game. You'll hopefully find this useful as well, so there is potentially, by the look of it, a way to complete the game. You don't have to do this, but this guy's just there for anybody that does, if you don't actually know what you're supposed to do or where you're supposed to go to do it. So if you did enjoy it, once again, leave your comments in the comment section down below, drop a like on the video and share it with others. Why not consider subscribing if you haven't already? We are a growing channel and it's great to see people joining and to see the numbers growing. It shows that people appreciate my content, and like I always say, if you keep showing your support, I'll keep making them. So yeah, that's it for this one. Until the next one, guys, take it easy. Bye for now.